Hi, I'm Monte Jackson, and I am incredibly excited to be doing this interview here with Metroplague. So let's get it going. Are you a Dallas native? Yes, I am a Dallas native. I was born in Dallas, in Oak Cliff, many moons ago. I won't tell you what year. But yes, born and raised in Dallas. Love it. What does SansMortis mean? SansMortis is Latin for without death. I think it's appropriate, for me being a vampire. But I know that I'm not immortal, and for me, the only way to reach immortality is through my art. I have to leave a legacy behind, something that people will remember forever. If you could describe your Etsy shop to someone who had no idea what it was, how would you best do that? Let's see, my Etsy store is basically, it's a combination of a couple of different genres and a couple different styles of fashion. It mainly focuses on shoes at the moment. I take shoes and I repurpose them. I repaint them, I touch them up, and I cover them with a theme or some type of horror theme, something that sparks my interest, something that I know will spark the interest of other people. For example, I have Nightmare on Elm Street themed shoes. I have Beetlejuice themed shoes. Something in that area. Let's see what's next. Do you make all of your items by hand? What has been your most time-consuming creation? In my older shop, I made a lot of the items, like the jewelry, what are they called? The collars. I made those by hand. Mainly, what I try to focus on are my shoes, which of course I don't make by hand. I could, but it would be extremely time-consuming. But all of the images on the shoes are hand-painted, which is also time-consuming. Let's see. My most time-consuming creation, I would have to say, were a pair of Harry Potter-themed boots. I know that they aren't exactly horror, but I had to do it. It took me about, I would say, 2 weeks to paint those boots. I had a difficult time capturing the essence of the story in those shoes. So I had to just keep reworking them until ultimately I got it correct. Let's see. Do you have a favorite piece? Yes, I do, and I have them with me. My favorite piece, I would have to say, are a pair of heels that I repurposed into Hellraiser-themed heels. I saw the zippers on the sides and saw the exposed sides and just knew exactly what I wanted to do with them. So you can check them out. So this one. This is the other. Together. I love them. They're definitely my favorite piece. Let's see. What's next? What are your long-term aspirations for SansMortis? I would say my long-term aspirations would be for SansMortis to be a household name for something, whether it be my tattoos, whether it be my shoes, whether it just, my artwork, my modeling, just anything. What I want to do is kind of use this as a stepping stone to go even further, to hopefully get into real estate, to hopefully get into retail, maybe clothing stores, specifically for Gothic or Victorian or colonial clothing, aristocratic clothing, things that are hard to find for people like me. Let's see. What is your process when creating a new item for your shop? The first thing that I do is I'll go to Facebook, I'll go to Instagram, Google, and I'll try to find out what's trending. What are the things that are popular? What are the things that people talk about the most? And just go from there. As long as it's somewhat horror related, I'll go with that. And if it's something that inspires me or motivates me to actually do a piece, then I'll go after that. I'll create a shoe from it. I'll start with brainstorming with a design first and see exactly how I want it to lay around the shoe. Or sometimes I just pick up a brush and I just go at it and let it turn into whatever it turns into. Let's see. With regards to the scene, what are your thoughts on so many different walks of life being interested in the darker things in life? Does this influence what you produce? I would say that it is an extremely beautiful thing to see so many different versions of the darkness. It is just mind-blowing going out into Dallas and seeing so many different styles, seeing so many different expressions of the darkness. So I think it's an awesome thing, especially since more and more people are being open with it. You know, they're not hiding themselves; they're being themselves everywhere, and that's amazing. And it definitely does influence what I produce. When I see things like that, it helps me to wrap my mind around what I create. I definitely want to create something that, you know, many different versions of the darkness or expressions of the darkness, they'll feel comfortable wearing. You know, I don't want to just create something for one particular type, and then I'll have to depend on that one particular type to purchase my items. Let's see. Do you take requests? Yes, I do. Now, it is rare that I take requests, simply because you go through a lot of, I guess, trial and error trying to create something from someone else's mind versus pulling out what's already in yours. So if it's something that piques my interest and, you know, makes me really want to work at it, then yeah, I will take requests. Let's see. What is your favorite horror film? I would definitely say that the Hellraiser series is my favorite. My favorite. I love Pinhead, love him to death. There is something about turning pain and suffering into something beautiful. At least to him it was beautiful. Maybe not to his victims. But it's what strikes a chord with me, taking your suffering, your pain, your loss, and creating something beautiful from that. So, yeah, that's me and a few questions.